Savoy has it one time. Shot! Oh, what a snipe! Michael Benning, come on now! He's got the skill, he's got the bloodline, he's got a lot of eyes on him, and now he's got some hardware for his trophy shelf. As we at the Crusaders family congratulate Michael Benning on winning the CJHL Top Defenseman Award for the 2019-2020 season.
Just happy, a lot of my individual success was with the guys from the Crusaders. Good guys to play with, makes it a whole lot easier. So, I was happy with that. I was kind of disappointed that we couldn't show that we could go far in playoffs and stuff like that. But just with my individual success, I was happy, and yeah.
Yeah, we'll sort of get back to that, but we'll start a little bit earlier on. You get recruited to the team in the first place, and the idea is, you guys, you and Carter, and I'm getting Arjun back. Like, this is the core of a group that's building towards a championship. So, you join the franchise and you get to spend a couple of years there. So let's just talk about, what it meant to you to be a Crusader and what your time was there.
Oh yeah, it was different for me. Just a different atmosphere coming in as a 16-year-old. I felt welcome. The guys, the leaders there were just unbelievable. They make you feel like nothing's out of place. Like, you can just be yourself. And yeah, just my time there, it was really, really fun. Like, you gotta have fun when you're playing hockey. So, those guys there made it easy, as well as on the ice. It's fun when you score a goal and you got those guys just sell you with. As well, atmosphere, even in the stands, guys making pyramids on the boards and stuff like that. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So, as well as obviously good development as a lot of players are moving on. So, yeah.
Talk to me about your relationship with Jeff Woywitka. I understand he was a big part of the reason you chose the Crusaders in the first place, and I've never heard one of you guys say a bad word about him as a defensive coach, but I'd like to hear it from you, what he was like.
Jeff's a beauty. You can't say anything bad about the guy because everything's good. He's a good teacher all the way around, just working with guys on the point, shooting pucks, passing hard. He just gets you ready for the next level as much as possible. Even with the little things, he works on you individually, maybe with the decor. Some guys takes him out early in practice. So, like, he's well dedicated to the players, and he gets the guys on the back end, just to play with confidence and have use their abilities in their way, their style of play. So, yeah.
Now, he being a former first-round pick and yourself knowing on the draft trajectory that you're heading on right now, that must have been pretty important for you to have that voice of somebody who's been down that, a similar path before, to be able to learn from, especially so young in the league, like you mentioned.
Yeah. Like, Jeff's told me some stories about it. He's kind of, I guess, preached it. Like, you can't really where you go is not in the scouts and the team's hands, but with Jeff just kind of prepared for it. It was mostly about the combine, stuff like that, but that got canceled this year. So, kind of.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about that. This is your draft year. It's kind of been well documented. You're 57th, I believe, as far as North American skaters go in the final rankings. What was it like playing under, was there added pressure of having it your draft year? Is that something that you sort of adjusted quickly to? What was that experience like?
I tend to not look at that stuff that much because, yet again, it's people's opinions. I just trying to get better. Every game I go out, playoffs was like a big thing for me. I tend to think I do better in playoffs just with the fans or what, that it just kind of spikes the hair on my back up a little bit. But yeah, just like you obviously, it's in the back of your mind, just like saying, oh yeah, like you're that among American skaters or whatever. But yeah, just for that, I guess it's cool.
Does it help a little bit having such a strong hockey lineage as well? I mean, your brother coming out of the same league and getting drafted, and of course your dad and uncle and everybody like that. So having so many voices that can sort of, maybe take the stress away or the uncertainty away of what the next level is like. Do you think that's helpful for you?
Yeah. Like my brother preaches a lot of the stuff. Like you have to be mentally strong because up there in the as you go higher, it's less positivity and more negativity. What people are saying about you, if it's social media, if it's whatever. He says that you just got to be kind of sound and focus on yourself, not what other people say. But they're obviously like, they know what to expect. Like I talked to my brother and my dad about the next levels, like going up higher, what to expect if the pace changes, the strength, how they think the game. So yeah, they're good. They're good teachers that way.
We'll wrap it up pretty quickly here. Let's just get a comment on how things ended for you guys. Nothing anybody could have done, but it has to be obviously frustrating to have not even gotten to play a playoff game. Can you put in your own words what the feeling is like not having the completed season, I guess, and what was such an amazing season to that point?
Yeah, when we heard the news Thursday night, kind of during practice, we were practicing for 2 weeks straight. Like you have goosebumps when you think about, we got our first game tomorrow on Friday. Like we're all fired up. We all prepared. We know what we're going into. But just to hear that news, it just kind of makes you sink in your chair, and like it's kind of shocking because you can't really do much about it. So it's disappointing as well as a good team we had this year. But yeah.
Do you think that some of that unfinished business is going to help, fuel the competitive juices moving forward, knowing what you guys may have been able to accomplish in this, wherever the next step is for you next year and beyond? Do you think that chip on your shoulder might still be there, knowing you didn't get a fair shot at competing for that title?
Oh yeah, it's always there. I hate to lose. So when it's not necessarily a loss, but it's definitely not a win. It disappoints me, but as we move on, you just got to have that same mentality, I guess.
Yeah, and we'll end with this. I mean, it's going to be easier for you to focus on the NHL draft coming up, but I guess you might not know at this point what the next couple of months looks like for you. But have what is your agent have you doing in terms of workouts or leading up to the draft process? Can you shed any light on that?
There's you can only do so much with workouts. Got a little gym in my basement. I'll just kind of work out there. My trainer gets me some workouts. It's just kind of going up to it. It's just kind of wait. You got to wait because you can't play. So there's nothing to show anyone. But yeah, in that aspect, it's just kind of waiting for it to happen. Yeah, there's not much else.
Have you been doing any video calls with teams or anything like that? Or has that sort of slowed down? Has it picked up?
More teams are doing those things now. I think I got a few. I did one last week, and then I got a few coming up. So yeah.
I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit, and this is the last one, I promise. I know what answer you're going to give me, but is there a team that, that when they call your name, whenever that may be throughout this summer's process, that might get you a little extra excited as far as an NHL team holding your rights?
I think everyone's going to expect me to say Oilers, but, St. Louis has been my favorite team ever since I was little. So, if they call my name, I think it'd be pretty pumped.